Hello and welcome to Talking on the Couch, our weekly podcast where we talk about random stuff around the world, random laws, myths and truths, and then later on we'll go on to a little bit of gaming news of the week. So for anybody that is watching, will watch and can watch, please do remember to like, share and subscribe. Just hit that little thumbs up. Leave a comment if you're watching on Spotify, which you're not watching, you'll be listening to it on Spotify.
Yep.
Please do leave a little review for us. Give us a bit of interaction, or you can message us at pressbacktc@outlook.com. Remember to look at our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok, our YouTube, our Twitch channel. Can't look at Discord because I've accidentally deleted it, but that will be back up when people interact a bit more. I know it was a complete accident. I was trying to delete something else, which we used to use for another game, but it's completely irrelevant now. So I deleted that, and then I realised I pressed the wrong button because the wrong thing was highlighted at the side. Even though I was on that server that I was trying to delete, I highlighted the wrong one. Anyway, so this is Talking on the Couch. What's this, like week 10 now?
Yeah, this is our 10th episode.
Wow,
our 10th anniversary.
Woo, 10th anniversary. Isn't that something that ladies use to stop themselves from wetting themselves?
No, that's 10 a lady.
Not 10th anniversary.
No. 10th anniversary is the one for when you've got a leaking anniversary.
Leak. Yeah, that makes sense. So you just need to put a bit of padding around your anniversary.
That's your 10th anniversary is your leaky anniversary.
Well, I've told Mary she's not getting anything for Christmas or anniversary because I just spent £500 on a Switch 2 for her.
You're gonna get her something. Don't you lie.
Hello, Mary. She just come in saying I can hear you. How'd you switch to Mary? Come here.
I never asked for it.
You didn't ask for it. We are on the podcast. How'd you switch to? Are you enjoying it? What you been playing? Pokemon ZA Legends, Switch 2 edition. It's £500. I'm getting my money's worth of bragging rights.
Fancy. Yeah, you just name drop a couple of products there, Loans. You're fine.
Well, no,
we're doing that for free. We don't get sponsorship.
If Nintendo would like to sponsor us, because we are on the PlayStation 5, I'm using an iPad. Mary's got a Switch 2 and is playing Pokemon ZA Legends, which is explicitly for the Switch. If you want to go further into it, I'm using a Samsung monitor. I'm using a Samsung phone. I'm using AMD PC. Come on, get these sponsorships in.
I've got a MacBook.
Oh, which is same as the iPad. It's Apple. So yeah. Let's just get these names rolling. There are other devices.
I use all the Apple products.
If anybody has
I'm
like
Mr.
an ROG
Apple.
Ally, there are other devices available. You can buy Xbox if you really want to. If you want to spend £30 a month to get Fortnite Battle Pass thing, and
I don't even mind wearing Apple merch if they sponsor us. That's fine.
If Apple want to sponsor us, I will wear their boxer shorts.
Yeah.
That's as far
I'll
as
wear
I
a
will
blue
go.
T-shirt with a little Apple logo on the front, and I swear I won't go into any of their stores and pretend to be a genius.
I'm not going to say my story about what we did to Apple when I was a kid, because that would get us into a lot of trouble. Anyway, shall we move on to the first segment of the podcast, which today will be
yes, we are.
laws. So this is random laws from around the world. I'm pretty sure that Sporker really, really wants to go into either the UK or the USA. But
No,
we'll see
not
what
tonight, Lance.
Have you
I
not
told you last week. I told you last week what I'm going to do. You didn't believe me. I done Ireland last week, and I told you what I was going to do this week. And if you can't remember it, that's,
I can't remember
that's your own
it.
problem. Well, listen back to the last podcast.
I have done. That's why I can't remember it, because it takes about 6 hours to edit that thing, maybe longer.
I'm doing laws from our other friendly neighbour.
Okay. Well, that'd make sense for later on as well, actually, wouldn't it? Anyway, so would you like to start us off with the first law then?
Yes. Did you know?
Nope.
In France, Europe. Just for all you Americans out there.
Not France, Africa, no.
No. The one in Europe. Kissing is banned at train stations in France. It's illegal to kiss at train stations.
It's illegal to kiss at a train station.
Yep.
In France. Is that a specific city, or is that just the whole of France?
Just says France.
The country of love?
The ones that invented a style of kissing.
So they didn't invent kissing.
It's literally called a French kiss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, isn't that just like a little
or a
kiss on the
Frenchie,
cheek?
if you know what I mean.
Isn't that just like a little kiss on the cheek?
No, it's going in for the tongue action, like.
Is that what a French? I can't remember what a French kiss is. As somebody with autism, human contact, I'm not a big fan.
It's all the slobber, licking other people's dinners.
Okay, that's making me feel a bit sick. Thanks for that. If you want to taste last night's dinner on somebody's tonsils, you go ahead. No thanks. I don't even hug my own mother.
I've seen her. I wouldn't either.
I've seen your mum will do a hell of a lot more than hug her. I hug her people.
Let's keep it clean.
Oh, don't worry, I'll wipe up after myself. Anyway. Yeah. So, just on a train, what about, like, if you're a foot off the train station?
Oh, you're free. Go to town.
So you can kiss outside of a train station, but just not...
Yep.
What about on the tracks of the train station? What about if you're in a train going through and the train hasn't stopped, but you kiss somebody as you're going through the train station and you just happen to make the little kiss?
I'd assume that would be like the same as like driving through somewhere with the dog in the backseat of your car if dogs aren't allowed in that particular area.
Why would a dog not be allowed in a particular area? Where are you driving your dog?
I drive my dog everywhere. My dog goes to shops and everything with me.
Yeah, so does ours, but I don't know anywhere where dogs aren't specifically allowed other than indoors.
That's actually changing over here.
What to what?
Dogs are being allowed to go in more and more indoor places.
Well, no, they're allowed in most indoor places here, but I'm just saying there are some areas where dogs aren't allowed indoors, mainly like restaurants and things.
Say, for example, sometimes when I'm coming home from Dublin city centre, I take a shortcut through a school because they've got one gate on one road and one gate on the other road, and there's less traffic to go through the school than there is to go around the roadway. So you cut through. And if I've got the dog in the back of my car, dogs aren't allowed in the school grounds.
You drive through a school?
Through the grounds of a school.
Okay, because the way you said it, then you just
not like literally through like the fucking
outside.
Canteen and the classrooms and stuff. Like
you just parking up next to the principal's office.
It's like a big private school.
You wouldn't be able to do that here because the schools you can drive round them. You can't drive through them.
No, you see, this school is like there's a school for like 1,000 people or something, and they've got like rugby pitches and car parks and
so did mine.
Tennis courts and
so did mine.
Yeah,
we had 360.
There's an entrance. There's an entrance into the school from one road, and there's an entrance into the school grounds on the other road. So you can go through one entrance and go out the other way.
Well, I presume that would be the case. Yeah, you didn't just go into one entrance and never come out again. No. We had 360 pupils per year plus sixth form in our school, which for American viewers is, what would that come under? Senior high school?
I think it was like college prep or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did look it up the other week. Just check our other podcast out if you want to see the answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's 5 years times 360 plus the sixth formers. But we had no through road in there. It's literally you go in. We had rugby pitches and we had football pitches and tennis courts and a gym and all that sort of crap.
Yeah, same as where I went to school. There was only one gate in and one gate out. But this one's got one gate in on one side and another gate on the other side.
Yeah, I just didn't have that. Like I said, in my head, I just had a picture of you and the dog just mowing kids down like a little snow scoop on the front.
With the dog with his two front paws up on the dashboard, laughing like a maniac.
Yeah, it'd be like what we do on the beach in GTA 5.
Laughing like Muttley out of like wacky races.
Yeah. Oh, I really hope that feature length is real. But it'd be like what we do on the, that strip of the beach down there by the pier. It's like what we do there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go then. So apparently, I was going to say French kissing. Kissing is illegal at a train station in France. Do you know what train station is in Germany?
If it's two French people kissing, regardless of what way they're kissing each other, does it still count as French kissing?
Well, I think it'd be the French kissing.
Yeah.
That way. It'd be a the. It wouldn't be... Like, we know we've got Yorkshire puddings in England. What do you call a Yorkshire pudding in Yorkshire? Pudding. But it's not pudding, though, is it? Because it's...
Or do they? Because you call fucking dessert pudding over there, don't you?
Yeah, well, what do you call dessert?
Weird. Dessert? Well, why would we go, oh, I wonder what we named as desserts? Let's call them pudding.
It was called pudding before it was called dessert. I'm pretty sure, isn't dessert an Americanism?
No, it would have been like, it would have come from like France or Italy. Probably France.
I'm going to look it up without...
Yeah. Because France are much more into like their sweet treats.
I'm gonna quickly Google it because I do want to move on to my law, but
yeah.
No, not desert. I said dessert. How do you spell dessert?
2 S's.
Right, so that's desert then, isn't it? Is it? Because I always get confused between the two.
Don't, when you're eating them, don't get confused. That's bad news,
man. The name dessert. What the hell? You're gonna love this. The name dessert is not an Americanism. It is the English word that originated from the French word dessert, meaning to clear the table. It was adopted in the English around the 1600s. So you're definitely wrong. Or is that then?
How am I wrong? It originally came from France.
Because you're saying that a pudding is a dessert, but the dessert means to clear the table. So you'd do that afterwards, wouldn't you?
Yeah, after your meal. Which is what comes after the meal?
Pudding.
Dessert.
But you don't clear you don't put the pudding on the table and then go, right, time to get rid of it. You eat it first, don't you? You're not clearing the table whilst you're still eating the pudding.
But there's too many other things called pudding.
Not really.
Is my point. There's only one thing called dessert. But there's like plum pudding, there's sticky toffee pudding, there's...
Exactly. The sweet treats because it's a pudding.
Cherry pudding. There's chocolate pudding.
I'm going to read,
which is horrible.
So, the British word pudding means sweet or afters. So,
this doesn't make sense, Lance. You're the only people in the world that use pudding.
No, I'm pretty sure other places use pudding.
No, they don't. Because they only use.
Well, you just said sticky toffee pudding, so you do use the word pudding.
To name an actual specific thing, not as a general thing to cover all sweet treats.
Would it be called a sticky toffee dessert?
Would it be called apple pudding for an apple tart?
For an apple tart? That'd be a pudding.
Yeah. No, it's a tart. It's not a pudding.
A pudding.
No,
well, no, actually, because you'll have a tart for breakfast. Anyway, we come on, move on, because you took us over by 5 minutes. Right, in my law. Okay, so in Denmark, you know that lovely place, Denmark.
Yeah.
A person can claim a lost child as their own if a parent doesn't show up within 2 hours of them finding the child.
Is that like under the finders keepers law?
I guess so, yeah. It must be a British thing as well, then.
Yeah.
They can literally just... So if you drop your kids off at a park for 2 hours, someone could actually
come back, the kid's gone, and it's like, where's my child? Not your child anymore.
Mine now.
My child.
That one's... Like, there are so many situations where that just wouldn't be a funny law. But just in general...
That's just creepy.
I wonder if Portugal thought the same thing years ago with good old Madeline. Anyways... Yeah, so in Denmark, apparently, if a child is in the streets and you're walking on by and you see the child go, what's wrong? He goes, oh, I've lost my parents. After 2 hours, if the parents haven't come back to where the child was, it's your child then. But I'm thinking, what about...
Does the child have to stay still?
Say that again, sorry.
Does the child have to stay still?
You're just going to gaffer tape.
Does it have to be in the same place? No, does it have to be in the same place where it got lost? Like?
Oh, I don't know if, like... What about if you take it to a police station? Because the parents wouldn't know that it's gone to the police station.
No, but it is generally the first place you'd fucking check if you had lost a child.
When my sister was younger, very, very younger, probably 5, 6, she got out of the house once. Mm-hmm. And Mom like immediately rang the police when she realised she wasn't there. Literally a couple of minutes after she actually got out, Mum immediately just rang the police. She went out to look as well, obviously, but she just immediately rang the police and my daughter got out and whatever. And the police come round because that whole you've got to wait 24 hours. That's a myth. I should have done that for me.
Let's use that for the myths section.
Yeah. It's not true. If you fear anybody is missing, call the police straight away. But she got out, and obviously she was in the first place we should have looked. The neighbours a few doors up, she was in their caravan, just eating all their puddings. No, she was actually in somebody else's caravan. She just wandered in. Right. Should have looked there straight away, shouldn't we? So there you go. In Denmark, don't lose your children in Denmark is the moral of that story. Put them on those little leads that you use to walk the dog.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had more to say about that.
Well, I think that all children should be on them up until at least the age of 10.
We went to what's it called? The National Pet Show, I think it was. National Animal Show. Not Cross, because I can't stand Cross. We went to I think it was the National Pet Show, and we were going in, and there was this woman with a kid on one of them leads. And I think she's got the dog and the kid mixed up here. Like she's just walking a kid in there, but yeah, I think.
Now, what section are you entering that one in?
Biggest knobhead. But yeah, I do think parents should be keeping their children close by if they are out and about, because there are some sick individuals these days, as we've seen in news recently. And
more
stuff
and more
like
all the time.
Right, come on then, give me your second law. Make this one quick.
Kissing is banned in train stations.
What? Say that again.
Kissing is banned in train stations. I'm kidding.
Yeah, come on.
Flying saucers are banned. There's a 1950s law banning flying saucers from flying over the town of Chateau Neuf de Pape.
I thought you meant the little sweets.
No, as in the actual fucking alien spacecraft. They're not allowed over Chateau Neuf de Pape.
Right, I'm just going to explain some science actually behind this as well. Flying saucers are a thing. They're not like a sci-fi thing. They are a general thing. We can create flying objects that are in the shape of saucers, and the reason is, if you get a paper aeroplane and throw it, it goes a certain distance. If you get the same material, make a strip out of it, make it so it's a circle, sellotape it or whatever, and you can flick it with the wrist, it'll actually travel a lot further than a paper aeroplane will. The flying saucer design of the circle is actually much more aerodynamic to get through the air with. So just like to explain that to our audience before they think, why are people making flying saucers? But
well,
we did have.
They're not allowed over that town either.
Well, we had a hover car in the 60s as well, and that was a flying saucer shape, and it did work. It's not like what we see with the military, where you see these videos of this fuzzy tic tac in the sky that just happens to be jolting here, there, and everywhere. It's definitely not a lens flare or anything like that. It's not like that. It's just like a little small thing that can just go along. We don't have the technology.
Well, it was stuff. The law was made in the 1950s, so I assume it was over the same time as like Roswell and stuff.
It's probably around the same time that we were starting to develop like the hover cars and stuff that were flying saucer shaped. So that one would make sense to me, because there was so much alien speculation around that time, like the Roswell incident. The military accident that they had, and they blamed aliens for it in the Area 51. People were probably flying, like throwing stuff across just to pretend that there's aliens and whatever. So that one would make sense.
There's a really famous wine from that town as well. Everybody says you know.
What, Roswell?
No, Chateau Neuf de Pape.
Is it near Canada?
Chateau Neuf de Pape is in France.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, do you remember at the start of this whole thing, Lonsberg said, my laws are from France today?
Yeah. With you, I just automatically go to America now. Why are French banning the flying saucer laws then?
Well, why are they just got worried?
They could actually, you're saying that, there is the whole controversial prototype designs from World War II, isn't there? Where the Nazi army did develop prototype flying saucers. Maybe that's why. Because there were still people that thought, oh dear God, they're coming back.
Yep.
It was sacre bleu. Oh, I can't speak French. I'm not even going to try.
Suck my blue.
But there you go. So do you want to say your law again?
Transplant. It is against the law to have flying saucers over the town of Châteauneuf-du-Pape.
Just for any concerned viewers, Booker did not have a stroke in the middle of that. He just...
How come I couldn't get the English words out, but I could say the freaking French town name properly?
I don't know. It's
just beyond me.
Right. Okay, so my next law is... this is a brilliant one. This is an English law.
Yeah.
Being annoying is illegal in a library.
Makes sense.
No, because you can go outside the library and be really, really annoying. The minute you go inside that library, you can be arrested for it. It used to be that it was gambling, so you weren't allowed to gamble in a library. However, that was changed in 2005 to being annoying in a library. So they consider gambling as annoying in a library now.
Oh, so this is like a current law?
Yeah, this is a law now. It was changed in 2005 under the Library Offences Act of 2005. So you're still not allowed to be annoying in a library. So how I'm not in prison, I don't know. For anybody, any of our younger generation, a library is that place with all the computers in that you can go and look up books. Libraries don't even have books.
Library is a repository of knowledge.
Essentially, yes. That's probably the best definition for a library.
It is now, because it's not only books that they do,
Well, I remember they used to do DVDs and VHS with me when I was growing up, and they had I think it was one computer that just never worked, and they just never connected it to the internet because it took so long to do it and it was expensive. So yeah, we used.
When I was growing up, there was no internet.
Yeah, there was. It just went. And you couldn't. It took 7 days to download a trailer for something, and then you couldn't use AOL whilst your mum was on the phone. We never had Google growing up. We had AOL and Ask Jeeves and stuff.
Ask Jeeves is amazing.
Oh, I used to love.
Bring Ask Jeeves back.
Yeah. Did it go bankrupt thanks to Google, or did Google acquire them? I don't actually know.
Google just absorbed search engines.
Well, they had there was AOL, there was Ask Jeeves, there was what's the other one? There's one beginning with T. I can't remember what it was called, but you might not have had it in Ireland. So, there was Yahoo, but that's still a thing. Yahoo.
Yeah, Yahoo's still a thing. It's not a big thing, but it's still there.
But if you ever, because I still go, we've got a library up the road, and I still go, and there's always a child screaming in there. Surely that little shit should be arrested then.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care if someone just slammed Great Expectations across his face. Stop crying. Stop being annoying. Most people these days
hit him with the Bible.
God said no. You can join the Church of the Helpless from last week. But yeah, there you go. That's the law in the UK. Being annoying is illegal in a library.
Yay!
Library's got the weirdest spelling out of any word, I think, in the English language.
It should be just Libry.
Library. Yeah.
Library.
Or Libary. Library. Yeah. No, why has it got an R after the B?
Library.
Yeah, why has it got the R there? It's just in there for no reason. It's like a greedy letter.
People pronounce it.
You know what? I'm going to be here now. This is where I live. There's two of me.
Some people pronounce it as well.
Library. Yeah, library. Library. Yeah. Why are you doing that? That's one word I think the English have got completely wrong is library. Because there's just no need for the R in it.
Michael McIntyre actually had a great sketch I was looking at the other day about silent letters.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he mentioned library, but I know which one you mean.
No, he didn't, but he was saying that we should have a day that everybody pronounces the silent letters just so they don't feel left out.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no, that's the gnome. Yeah. Anyway, that'd be gnome.
Gnome.
Yeah, gnome. Because if you pronounce the silent letter, it changes the yeah. Anyway, English language being complicated for you. Yeah. So let's move on to myth or truth. So this is the segment where we've got some myths or truths, and the other one's got to decide if it's a myth or is it true.
Indeed.
So, Spooker, would you like to start us off with your amazing myth or truth?
Okay. Is this a myth or a truth?
Both.
Earlobes have no biological purpose.
They've got cartilage in them.
So what's the biological purpose for having cartilage around your ear?
Well, you've got the ear bone in there, and it provides
your inner ear does balance. Just the actual thing, the flap out the side of your head, has no biological purpose in humans.
People do pierce them a lot, don't they? And you get certain Aboriginals and whatever that have massive earrings in them to extend them and stuff. But what is the purpose of an earlobe?
It's weird. I'd say it's an evolution thing. Yeah, it's like an appendix. It's got no use now, but
earlobes do have a purpose, and I've just remembered what the earlobe purpose is. So if Google has told you that this is, earlobes serve no purpose. I think that's a myth because they do have a purpose, and I know what it is now as well. And there's a reason I know what this is.
According to my in-depth research, earlobes have no biological purpose.
Yes, they do.
What is it?
Earlobes are sound absorbing. That's what the cartilage is there for. Basically, when the sound bounces all around your ears, it would, if it goes to the wrong angle and stuff, it'd just keep going back in, so you'd end up with loads of echoes going off in your ear. The earlobe has the cartilage in it, so it absorbs the sound to stop.
So why do you not get loads of
what?
Why do you not get loads of echoes then if you're listening to in-ear headphones?
You do. You get the feedback that starts squealing at you.
I don't. I don't have ear aids.
That's true. Well, you do get the echoes and stuff, but the sound isn't. The sound will still get absorbed by the earlobe to stop it going back into the headphones, wouldn't it? And the headphones don't work as a microphone, so the sound can still escape into the cartilage around the ear, couldn't it?
Let's put this one on park and let's get them to investigate further, because it does say a lot of scientists believe there's no they don't have any true biological purpose.
I'm guessing all these scientists aren't deaf.
What?
Exactly. The cartilage around the ears is sound absorbing, so it would have a biological purpose to stop the sound from doing all that. But I think that's
but is that the other group of scientists saying that and they're having a big argument?
It could be, but the one group can't hear the other group because they've got no earlobes. Anyway.
I seen a guy with no earlobe the other day.
Oh, okay.
Weird looking. Okay. You just had to hold the side of his head.
Yeah. People with piercings and stuff tend to, statistically speaking, get hearing loss more than people that don't have piercings. But that's just, there's no evidence behind that. It's just like a statistic of, It's not like if you've got a piercing, you're going to go deaf or anything. It's just a random.
That's one of them non-statistic statistics.
No, there is statistics there, but there's no evidence to say it's that's causing the deafness.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like, you've got loads of people with earrings, and a lot of them people go deaf. There's no statistic to say there's more people per head of population that has earrings go deaf to the rest of the population that doesn't have earrings.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because no one's ever really.
Wife, anyway, she tells you that you don't listen all the time, anyway.
No one's ever given a shit enough to really look into it.
No. That sounds like one of those grant situations.
Yeah.
They're being funded by a college to study, and they're just actually sitting around in the canteen all day drinking tea.
Jesus. Okay, so I've just looked into what is the purpose of earlobes.
Yeah.
And what I've just said about the sound insulation, also helping to warm the ears due to their rich blood supply, so keeping your ears warm because of all the nerves in there. They can serve as an erogenous zone for some people.
The bit that's inside your body not get heated by the inside of your body?
But the nerves on the ears can be outside.
Because I've never been in a situation where I'm outside in the cold and my liver has gotten cold because there's no earlobe attached to it to keep it warm.
Yeah, but there's a large blood supply. So that's what it says here. There's a lot of nerve endings there as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of nerve endings in ears.
You'd
I know
need to
that. I
keep
think
them
it's
warm.
one of the. I think yeah, but you wouldn't have to keep them warm if they weren't fucking there, would you?
Yeah, but they are there, and there has to be a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
why I
nerve
think.
endings there because
I
that's where
think
your
it's just
hearing is.
some sort of. I think it's some sort of leftover from evolution.
I don't think it. I think that it does actually serve a purpose.
Like the way dogs' ears have like earlobes are their ears because it like keeps out dust and dirt and stuff from their ears.
That's why they're all hairy
I'm
inside.
sure
It's not bad,
elephants'
actually.
big ass ears probably have a purpose, but
Yeah.
ours don't even do
Anyway,
that. You can't even swat flies with them.
We'll move on from there anyway. And seems as
Yep.
you're obsessed with ears now and their erogenous zones. For any of our younger audiences, I'm not going to go on to what erogenous zones are. You'll learn. When someone touches you in just the right spot, you'll learn.
I think I'm a Ferengi.
Yeah, because they get rubbed, don't they? Anyway, fair good old
That's
Star
their
Trek
kissing,
reference
isn't
for
it?
you there, especially in Deep Space Nine. But right, so it seems that you're going on about the ears. You might have come across this one while you're looking at yours if you have gone into ears and stuff. But is this truth or is this a myth? Your ears never stop growing.
That's true, isn't it?
Now, see, I wasn't actually going to mention this one for a reason. At the moment, it's true. So generally speaking, it's true. However, it depends which way you look at it, because first of all, it's never stopped growing whilst you're alive. Second of all,
well, obviously, because otherwise we'd be taken over by giant ears by now.
Second of all, I would class it as a myth, because what it is all the cartilage and the skin and everything loses the elasticity as you get older, and that's what causes them to become bigger. They sag, basically. You get saggy ears. So they're not really growing in that sense, but in a way they are. So that's why it's debatable. But technically speaking, I'm going to say yes to you, because technically it is that they never stop growing. Quite often, the English have gone over to Egypt, robbed a mummy, opened it up, and they've just got earlobes down to their kneecaps.
It's just a big giant ear.
Yeah, just staring back at you, just listening out for you.
That's how your body really goes when you get buried. It doesn't disintegrate over time. It gets eaten by your ear.
Yeah, that's what it is. You just become one big ear, just literally a floating ear. Before we move on to gaming news, I'll give you a little fun random fact for you. And this one is a fact. This won't be part of truth or myth. But at the moment, our strongest belief is that the hearing is the last sense to go after you die.
Really?
So you stop smelling, you stop seeing, you stop feeling anything, but you can still hear what's going on around you. And
so you can listen to them shoveling the dirt onto your coffin, like, or
I think it might have been gone by that point.
All right.
But no,
just wondering. You have to be.
They attached like brain sensors and stuff to people as they died, and they could see the last bit of the brain to process information with the hearing. You know, the auditory center of the brain. I can't remember what.
Yeah.
I can't remember what lobe it is now.
The epithalamus sounds brainy.
No, it's a little tiny bit in the middle, is near your balance and stuff. It's not the prefrontal cortex. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, your ears are actually the last thing to go. Which, when I read that fact, I thought, great, so I'm going to go quicker than everyone else because mine's already gone.
Yep. Well, it does, like, it sort of stands to reason, because you know the way they say, like, people in comas and stuff can hear you.
Yeah. Because your brain's still processing sound and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you should never put me on a coma ward, because just to annoy, they'll never know it's me because they'll never be able to see me. But we can just go up to them and go, "You're a dick. You're the big dick, aren't you? You're a big dick. Yes, you are. Yes, you are." I'd go around just doing that to people. When you
start
wake
reading
up,
horror books to them.
Yeah, knocking on the chamber door. Anyway. Right, shall we move on to gaming news? God, that was so nerdy, wasn't it? Read that extract. Anyway, yeah. Right, you want to read the?
That's just because you've seen like that episode of Halloween Simpsons.
Oh God, it's on the Simpsons, isn't it? With Bart, and the crow above the door.
And it's Halloween Simpsons, which is just after passing by. So
Yeah, I might have seen it on because it's on Channel 4 every year. That's probably why it might have come to mind.
It's on Channel 4 and Sky over here, and for about like a week before Halloween, all of the Halloween specials were on every day.
There you go then. If you want to watch The Simpsons, do what I do and buy the DVDs. Anyway, go on, read your first piece of news, Booker.
Okay. The company Shein, well, this is more technology news than gaming
news. Oh, wait,
news.
actually, wait. This next, I haven't introduced the segment, have I? So this is gaming news. This is our weekly roundup of anything to do with technology or gaming that's happened in the past week or so that we just think is worth bringing to light. So if you can't be bothered to listen to the news or you've already heard it, by all means, just hit that subscribe button and piss off. For everyone else, Spooker, go on.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, you should like and subscribe, Spooker. Go on, do gaming news.
Okay, so Shein, the giant clothes company, online clothes company.
The online clothes platform for discounted clothes, yeah.
Yeah, has opened their first store in Paris.
Yes, they have.
It's very first store. It's not the first store in Paris. It's their very first store in the world.
Globally, yeah.
Yep. So the French government has moved to ban the website.
Yeah, not sure why they've actually done this. And for anyone who doesn't know, Shein is it was founded in China, but it's now based in Singapore. Shein is a global fashion site, and I'm pretty sure people can I know Mary uses Shein, but I think people can put your old clothing onto Shein, and then
other people Vinted. Buy it.
What's that?
That's Vinted.
Oh, is it Vinted?
Shein is just only
it's retailer, operates an online-only retailer to cut operational expenses.
So there you go. So your information's out of date there, Lance.
Well, yeah, it is, because they've now got their first store. But France has moved to immediately ban the platform from France for some weird reason. I have no idea why they thought, oh no, we've got to ban it.
Just to encourage people to go into their shops.
Wouldn't it cost more though to go into their shop?
Probably.
Because if they're an online store because they want to cut retail cost, which is the price of people working there. So the way they've done that is by opening a shop and employing people to work there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I'm with the French on this one.
Have you ever seen the Shein website?
No, like I say, Mary uses
it. There's millions of things on it. I don't think they're going to fit all of their range of stuff into their shop.
Unless they make it like Argus and just put a huge iPad in the middle, and then you've just got to scroll through their website.
Like a giant warehouse.
Just scroll through their website in their shop. That'd cut operational. You just walk in, just be one iPad in the middle of like a huge white square. Just give us your card details. No. Anyway, so that's that law. Shein, France apparently moving to ban it. Okay, this next one I would like to express. We have no biased opinions. We need to keep impartial on this one. The reason for it because there's always two sides to a story, and we don't know the background behind it and what's happening behind the curtains. So please do keep that in mind. So this week it's came to light. Rockstar has fired for Rockstar Games who create GTA 5, which we're on now if you're watching this on YouTube. They fired a small group of people for breaking a non-disclosure agreement, which is what Rockstar have said. Well, their parent company Take-Two have said they broke the confidentiality policy because of a non-disclosure agreement and stuff like that. The skepticism comes in, and I will stress it is skepticism. There's no way to really prove it, because the small group of people were allegedly involved in talking about starting a union within Rockstar Games, and now they've all been fired. It's if I was to give a personal opinion of it,
like if it's made the news like that, and those people haven't tried to make a claim for unfair dismissals or whatever.
They have. They've filed for unfair dismissal.
I don't know. You'll get all the details of the whole. of the whole thing from both sides when it goes to court for unfair dismissals.
The thing that's sort of it's raising a bit of suspicion for me is normally when Rockstar are in trouble, they broadcast it. They might as well print T-shirts and they'll say we've done wrong
because they tend to get
publicity.
They tend to get more users.
Yeah, but this time they're keeping this one a bit hush hush, which is unusual for Rockstar. And like I say, when there's non-disclosure agreements, they can be used so easily in order to point the blame at somebody, because anything can be about anything. You can twist anywhere. Like statistics, when you're watching a L'Oreal advert and it says 71% of 104 people agree, and you go,
yeah.
So
why did you survey 104 people?
Yeah, they've literally just got the numbers and tweaked them to give them the best possible statistic. And it's the same with non-disclosure agreements. They can use it with lots of different clauses and stuff like that, so that the chances are they did fire them for breaking confidentiality rules, especially with GTA 6 coming up. But is there an ulterior motive? It's very difficult to say, really. But let's hope these people get a job in the future, and let's wish them all the best, because if they've been part of the whole GTA franchise, then they obviously know what they're doing because it's such a successful game. And if Take-Two and Rockstar don't want to continue with their employment, that's completely up to them. It's got nothing to do with us, but that's just something that was in the news this week. Go on, the sport. Could you want to read last piece? We've got two more, haven't we? Yeah, go on. You can read the next one.
We have two. Okay.
We'll make this one's quick though.
Okay. King Charles #3 has personally. Huh?
Surprised you went with this one. I thought you'd go with the other one, but yeah, go on, King Charles then.
Yeah, he's personally handed the Nvidia boss a letter warning him about the use of AI.
Yeah, this story is one that happened. The King actually handed him the letter in 2023. The Nvidia boss, some of you may know because you might have seen him on the Linus Tech Tips channel, which is a brilliant channel. If anyone's interested, please do check out Linus Tech Tips, especially if you're interested in building a PC. He does brilliant live streams on building PCs, and he can give you consumer advice when he's not buying £10,000 stupid TVs. But other than that, I really like Linus Tech Tips. The boss of Nvidia, he has appeared on the Linus Tech Tip channels. He's called Jensen Huang, and he basically, the King was doing a big meeting in terms of cybersecurity and all that sort of stuff, and he specifically handed Jensen Huang this letter to warn about the securities of AI, what it could actually do, because his official words, according to the article from BBC, was it can be used as a tool for good or evil. Which is true. AI is a very, very strong. It can be used to do a lot, and in the wrong hands. But then again, so can a baseball bat be used to do something very evil in the wrong hands. It's one of those things. Like, it's a tool. It depends how humanity
guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, guns don't kill people. The geezer firing the gun, pressing the trigger, and loading the gun kills people, and the blood loss and all that stuff afterwards. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the King Charles, which considering his age as well, is still quite impressive. He's asked for more security around the whole use of AI and how it's processed and all that kind of stuff.
I think it does need to be regulated.
I think it needs to be regulated as well, because, like I said, it's a tool. It's a tool that can be used in very different ways. It can be used to benefit humanity greatly, but it can also be used to hinder humanity. And it's a woman, isn't it, that developed AI as well? I can't remember her name now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a. I don't want to start speculating. I'm pretty sure it's a woman that developed it, and she's very proud of what she's done with AI. So she should be. It is an amazing construct when used correctly. You've all used ChatGPT. Let's face it. We've all typed random stuff. Like when Google Earth come out, and the first thing you did was look at the house.
That's what my roof looks like.
Yeah, almost a bird dump up there. Anyway, next piece of news. So, in Australia, and I completely agree with this in a sense. I think it should be more regulated rather than completely outright banned, though. Reddit has been added to Australia's social media ban for anyone under the age of 16. This is because Australia has started to regulate there's a lot of bullying on Facebook, and there's a lot of bullying on comments. You get trolls and stuff like that, and in gaming communities, there's a lot of bullying that goes on, a lot of harassment. There was a story a few years ago where a man got hold of some kid's IP and went to his house and beat him up after he.
That was mad. I remember that.
After he killed him on, was it Call of Duty?
Yeah, something like that.
It's such a. But yeah, so Reddit's been added to Australia's social media ban for under 16s. This comes very soon. So in July, YouTube was added to the social media ban as well. However, theirs is slightly different for YouTube. It was you could still watch videos, you just couldn't make an account on YouTube, so you couldn't comment or interact with the channel or upload videos and stuff like that.
Or watch mature content. I don't think you can watch mature content if you're not logged in.
I don't know. I don't think you can. You're right. Because which is fair enough, to be honest. And I've been on Reddit, and there's so much stuff on Reddit that's banned that shouldn't be banned. I was given examples of something that happened in history, but not what you're thinking of. I'm not going to go too much into it. Someone was asking a genuine question. I think it was for a school project, and because I used certain words, the whole article got banned.
Yeah.
And at that point, I just said, right, I'm not using Reddit because that's just censorship at its worst, really.
Yeah.
But yes, so Reddit's been added to there. No, I think there should be regulation for children at 16 because people don't realise the effect it can have on a young person's mind. I'm not going to call them children because they can be very mature 15-year-olds. They can be very immature 15-year-olds. They're not always children. They're not always adults. So I'm going to say young persons. The effect it can have on a young person's mind. Don't forget, we've gone through years, decades and decades now of children thinking they need to be a size 0 because they saw a picture in a magazine. So what's constant actual people calling them fat, calling them ugly, saying you need to do this and saying what effect is that going to have on their mind?
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not always other children saying it to them, it's fully grown adults as well. And then you've got the whole other side of it where people are using these websites in order to attract young children to come to meet them and stuff like that, which shouldn't ever be happening. And so to regulate
that's just craziness too.
Yeah, to regulating it for children under 16, I think is a brilliant idea. Just banning it and saying no because it can cause so many issues. And I think it comes under, like with the AI, the regulatory aspect of it. So that's just my opinion on it. I'm sure there's plenty of younger people out there that would disagree. And if you do disagree, comment, let us know.
Drop us a line. Let's have an open, honest debate.
We are a democratic society. We can debate things. A debate is not an argument. A debate is, hey, this is my opinion. I believe this. This is what I think should happen.
Just once everybody knows and is fully aware, Loans is actually a master debater.
Damn right I am. And considering out of the two of us, I'm the only one that's married.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you're probably more experienced at it than me now.
Maybe. Or maybe I just have the freedom to go out and about.
Yeah, out and about. That's what I don't do. Autism. Yay. Anyway, I think we'll end the podcast there. So for anyone that has been watching, will watch, possibly watch, and can watch, thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out our other channels. So we've got the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikToker, the Streamlabs. If you want to donate to us, you can donate through Streamlabs. I haven't actually put the channels in this, so I'm just going to put it now. You'll notice Discord is still on this link because I haven't edited it, but I will get around to doing that at some point because Discord is no longer available because Sporker deleted it. Right, so the donate link is there now. My bad. So remember to hit that like and subscribe. Remember to comment, share, do whatever you want to do with it. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, to hit that little thumbs up. If you're listening to on Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon, just leave us a little comment. Let us know how much you liked it. And if you didn't like it, what the hell have you listened for the last hour of this? Move on.
Yeah, we're right at the end now.
Yeah, you've wasted an hour of your life there, pal. Just go do something interesting.
Yeah, but if you want to waste more hours, we've got other episodes. This is our 10th episode.
Yeah. If you've got really nothing better to do, just check out the others. There's 9 others. Go listen to them. You might learn something about Guy Fawkes or random laws and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Lonesism.
And I've been Sporka.
Good night, everybody, or good night, afternoon, everyone. Good day.